scheduled for, say, one time and started 20 minutes later. Normally it starts like an hour later. So give yourself a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. It means that we have very, very, very serious people in there. It means, Mr. Dalso, that the SMMA is strongly and firmly etched on the minds of Soufriere people. As stakeholders, I think you have every reason to be concerned, every reason to want to be here, to be able to participate in the information sharing and information gathering exercise. Let's make this as exciting and as informative as can be. The gentleman, Butcher, who's worked there, he has all the institutional memory, reminds me that this is the first meeting they've had in over 10 years. So I want to compliment the staff and the consultant for making this happen. Without further ado, I would like to call one of the consultants, a consultant on a project with the SMMA, Ms. Windia Jonai, to start the ball rolling. Ms. Jonai will speak about the staff structure and some other things before I hand over to somebody else.
Good night, everybody. My name is Windia Jonai, and I am a consultant, a short-term consultant employed with the Soufriere Marine Management Association, Inc. I started in March, and I completed one project, and I'm currently working on a second project with them, which I will share a bit with you as we go on. So the objective of this evening's meeting is just to create a greater awareness about the SMMA, to let the community and the country know that there is an organization in Soufriere and it plays one of the most important roles in the town. It's to also provide community members with progress updates to tell you a bit more or a lot more of what the SMMA is doing and what they have done or we have done, and also to, most importantly, discuss the organization's drafted bylaws. So just a little about the SMMA and its staff. It is currently made up of 7 rangers. We have the chief ranger, Butcher. We have the assistant chief, Kajaki, to the back. Kajaki, some persons don't know you. Yes. 1 accounts officer, Miss Cleofa, and the admin assistant, Miss Vernette, to the back. Currently, the vacant positions, 1 accountant, 1 financial controller, and 1 manager. And these positions, they have been vacant due to COVID. Right, Mr. Dalsa? And lack of finance. Okay, so I was tasked to complete 2 projects. 1, a document management system for the organization, and a communication, marketing, and advocacy project. So one of the deliverables is having a community meeting like we're doing this evening. And like I said, as I go along, you will hear a bit more about the project. So firstly, the document management system project. Some of the deliverables that I had to complete was to design a filing system for the organization, a system where they will suitably and appropriately file all hard copy and soft copy documents. So all correspondences, all emails, all letters, I had to find a way to properly file both new documents and existing documents in the organization. I also had to design a policy framework, which Mr. Dalsa will share with you when I am done. So when I started in March, after the kickoff meeting with the chairman of the organization, Mr. Dalsa, some of the findings from the existing document system, there was no existing filing system, which means that there was not a policy or a framework in which the organization filed their documents. The documents were not separated, thus it was difficult to locate. So for example, analysis sheets may have been found in the Rangers daily analysis sheets. Correspondences may have been in another department or in another cabinet, so it was difficult to locate files, and also they were not appropriately filed. There was also limited space for filing, so there was not enough there were not enough cabinets or cabinet space for storage, lack of resources, no logbooks, no files, folders, etc. And the rooms where the files were kept, it was easily accessible. So usually you find in organizations there would be a storage room where all files are secured. The room in which it was stored, anybody could have just accessed it without any permission. So these are some of the images that I found before I started the document filing. So it's just 3 images. And after the filing, this is what they have currently. So in order to make it easier to find, any document at the organization, one of the ways in which it was done is per department. So the SMMA is made up of the Rangers. There are documents and files from stakeholders, example, dayboat charters, projects from GIZ, Jeff, water quality project, accounts department, and legal documents, including court cases and accident reports. So if, for example, the admin needs to find an accident report which happened in 2016, it would be arranged from recent to older, so from 2023 downwards. It was also filed in alphabetical order, some of them, and color coding. So for example, all legal documents would have been marked in red. All project documents would have been marked in black. It was also done both on both hard copy and soft copy. And also after research, there was, Mr. Dalsa didn't want to spend, but they had to purchase cabinets, notebooks, markers, all stationery you can think of. And some of the recommendations that I provided the organization with included create an electronic system where the Rangers could clock in and clock out. So currently, there is a sheet where they sign in daily and they sign out. So by having an electronic system, this would save paper and also for record keeping sake. For administration, all incoming correspondence should be scanned before filing. So if there is a natural disaster, it would have been on a hard drive, so it can be located. And it should, like I said, it could also be saved on a computer drive for easy retrieval. And the administrative assistant should keep a log of all correspondences. So for example, if I go to the SMMA with a letter, the admin assistant should take a note of incoming correspondences, who brought it in, you sign that you received it, and I also sign that I dropped it off. Also, discard all